Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Is there an echo? Happy Wednesday, Aurora. Happy hump day. I just need to know if everybody can hear me, and if you could say hello in the chat so I know who's here, I'd really appreciate it. Yay, no echo. Okay, good. I have new ear stuff. New ear stuff, and I'm afraid to take them out for fear I'll screw everything up. Yay. We're just waiting for a few more people to join. And then we'll get this party started. Did everybody have a nice Thanksgiving? We did. I had two. And, sorry. I'm trying to do something that I need to stop. Okay. Hi, Bobby. How are you, dear? I hope you're well. I hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. We had a quick change of plans for ours. We were going to have people here Thanksgiving Day, but it was just going to be a mad dash. Nobody could stay for long. They were just going to pop in because they had other places to go, blah, 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 blah. So we ended up rescheduling ours to Sunday. So on Thanksgiving Day, I went to my sister-in-law's. So that was really nice. And then Sunday, we had so many people here. Oh my gosh, it was just wonderful. And then after dinner, the Tisdales all sat down and played euchre, and they truly enjoyed that. So I hope you all had a really nice Thanksgiving. Tonight we're going to be discussing newsletters, how to build them properly, the different platforms that are available, and of course, as always, I'll answer any questions that you have. So let's roll our introduction, and we will get started. I need shortcuts. Hello, I'm USA Today bestselling author, storyteller, and cheeky wench, Susan Tisdale. I've been writing since I was a little girl and published my first novel in December of 2011. Since then, I've sold more than 750,000 copies of my books around the world, and I've hit the USA Today bestsellers list twice. I'm here to share tips, tricks, and advice on writing, cover art, and indie publishing in general. So grab your favorite beverage, pen and paper, and gird your loins, babies. This could get a little bumpy. Hello. What is this game you say, Bobby says? It is called euchre. I guess it's only 4 people, and you play all 4 suits, but it's only the 9 to the ace. Anyway, I'm not even going to begin to try and explain it, but it is a lot of fun, and it's a game that I just learned to play recently. So, anywho, newsletters. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and turn on your notifications. And if you could share it somewhere, anywhere, I would appreciate it, because it really truly does help our algorithms. Okay, so newsletters. Some people call them newsletters. Some people call it email list. Whatever you want to call it, it's pretty much all the same thing. It's a way for you to connect with your readers on a one-to-one basis. And that's what it's all about, is connecting with your readers. Okay? There are all sorts of different ways that you can build your list, that you can build your subscriber list, right? There are, you can do, get in with a bunch of other authors and have a rafflecopter where people can win a prize, but they have to do, subscribe to your newsletter or follow you on Instagram or whatever. Okay? I don't like that way. 99.9% of the time, we get people who sign up just for the free book, right? And what we think is happening is that we're sharing our readers, because you always want to work with authors in your genre on types of things, right? But what ends up happening is you might be working with partnering up with a Regency author, but Regency readers don't necessarily like Scottish historical fiction or whatever, okay? But they're just signing up for your newsletter so they can enter to win that prize. Purchasing vetted lists. Hi, Diana. Purchasing lists that have supposedly been vetted. Don't do that. Don't waste your money on that. That's a huge waste of time. Because even though the people on that list might have signed up for something 5 years ago, it might not be related at all to anything to do with reading. They could have signed up for a chance to win a refrigerator or a TV, okay? And then suddenly you start sending them emails and they're hitting spam, report, whatever. And that's the last thing that you want to have happen, is for your newsletters to be reported as spam. Because if you get too many spam reports, doesn't matter what platform you use, they're going to shut you down. Okay? If you do decide to work with a few authors in building your lists, sorry, my back is hurting. Make sure these are authors that you know. Okay? And if you're not sure, ask around. I'm not going to be naming names, but several years ago, I was involved in one of those newsletter swap lists, and we were giving away a prize and everything. And the author who headed it up, how do I want to put this? Well, she lied. And she was supposed to have vetted the list, meaning there's ways of checking and stuff. How do I want to put this? But anyway, she didn't do what she said she was going to do. And then she refused to send the newsletter out to everyone else because she forgot to put the disclaimer in the contest. And it was all BS. It was just a bunch of BS. And then when she finally relented and handed over this list of newsletter subscribers, people who had signed up for this contest, someone, one of the other authors in the group, uploaded that list to her, I think she was using MailerLite or whatever, and sent out a welcome to my newsletter, blah, 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 email. And within an hour, MailerLite shut her down. Because she had, out of supposedly 10,000 people who signed up for this, right? Out of the 10,000, she had 800 spam, reported spam within an hour. So only work with those people that you feel you can trust. And if you're not sure, if somebody comes to you and says, hey, I'm running this giveaway newsletter building thing, working with, Author Q. If you don't know Author Q, who's supposedly, who's heading this up, if you don't know them personally, you start asking around. Because there are a lot of disingenuous cheaters out there. They're just cheaters and they're liars. Okay, so you have to be very, very, very careful. Okay? I don't like doing those anymore. They're too much of a headache. That's okay, Christina. Aw, okay. That's absolutely fine, honey. Anyway, that was the last one I ever did. I said, I'm done. I'm just going to build my subscriber list organically. That is my favorite way to do it. Well, how do you build your newsletter list organically? How do you avoid these pitfalls? How do you avoid, problems and issues? You do it organically. You do it naturally. Okay? And it's as simple as putting the link. Okay, y'all should have your own websites by now. Okay, your actual websites. And you can go to Wix.com and get one for free. Doesn't cost you a dime, and they're great It's a great tool to get your website built. Please don't spend 6 months building your website. It's all drop and click. It doesn't have to be perfect, just clean, just refreshing, just, fit your writing genre, of course, but don't cover it up with a bunch of pictures, okay? 2 or 3 pages, that's all you need, especially for the beginners. Those of us who've been around longer, we have more pages than that, but for the newbies, you really only need 3 pages. And depending on all the platforms do it, you can use whatever newsletter platform out there that you choose to. I have used MailChimp, gave that up several years ago because it just got outrageously expensive. So I moved over to MailerLite. MailerLite raised all their damn prices. So now I use something called Flowdesk, Flodesk. Very, very inexpensive. And they're just simple emails. We will talk about that in a few minutes, Diana. Just remind me, okay? So when you sign up for these newsletter outlets, whether it's MailerLite or Flowdesk or Ionos or whoever, no, Ionos doesn't have it anymore. Whatever is out there, and there is a huge learning curve. So and each platform is a little different. What you're going to do is, in the newsletter platform, whether it's Flowdesk or MailerLite or whatever, you're going to get an embed code. You're going to, create your own sign-up form. Like, I always do first and last name. That's important. Write that down. You always want their first and last names. Okay? Simply because when you go sorting through all this, you could have 14 Dianas, 72 Cheryls, whatever. Hi, Angie. It's okay, honey. Oh, good for you, Angie. That's awesome. Anyway, you will get this embed code and you will take it over to your website and you'll insert it, and it's going to create on your website a page for people to sign up for your newsletter. Okay? If you want to, real quick, pop over to mine. It's just SusanTisdale.com. Well, let me pull up the link. Hang on. I'll just pull up the link so you all can look at it. Okay? .com, and I'll show you what my newsletter sign-up sheet looks like. Where is it? Stay up to date. Copy. It's not, I didn't realize it wasn't very well readable, but it's okay. Anyway, Diana is a very popular name. Anyway, that just gives you a general idea of what a newsletter landing page on your website looks like, okay? There is a learning curve. You've got to figure out, workflows and, you all are so young. But back in the day when computers first started, we wrote our own code. Like if X equals 72, then go to substring, 8,743. I mean, it was like that. But these workflows are very simple. Okay. When someone signs up, when someone does A, then Flowdesk will do B. Okay. And it is simple once you get the hang of it. Okay. So make sure you put a link to sign up, get a landing page on your website, an actual website page. It's a lot easier to sign them now. But get that going as soon as you can on your website, okay? Then you're going to copy that link. You're going to open up some kind of document, whether it's notes if you're on a Mac, if it's, Bobby, what is it you use that you love so much? OneNote? Is that it? But anyway, you're going to want to store or save your links somewhere. The best way to do it, and I know this from personal experience of not doing it, is to have one document where all your links are to your writing stuff, okay? Yeah, I got it right. And then you take that link, and after you're done writing your book, there's something called back matter. That's what you put at the back of your book. Okay? Like, I write series novels, so after book A is done, after the prologue, I always give, or after the epilogue, I always give them the prologue to the next book in that series, or to another series that I'm starting. If this is the last book in series A and I'm moving on to series B, you get the idea. Well, in your back matter, you do want a place. This is one reason I love Vellum. You can add your BookBub links, your a link to your Amazon page, your own personal Amazon author page where all your books are. Put in your website link, whatever it is where you want to go to. Hi, Mandy. Oh, you had to upgrade, pay more. Okay. Wix. Okay. Well, it used to be free. I haven't used it in a few years. I use something called Ionos now. Okay, but anyway, you want a link to your newsletter at the back of your book, in your back matter. Okay? In my back matter, I have a link to my Amazon author page. That's where, Susan Tisdale lists all her books, and it's got my bio there and everything. I have a link to Facebook and Instagram. I don't do Twitter because I personally feel it's the cesspool of the universe, and I have felt that for several years now. My website, wherever it is I want my readers to go to reach out to me. There's also an email link at the back of my books, okay, so that they can tap on that and send me an email. And it all needs to be links, okay, for your ebooks. You want your reader to be able to just, tap and go right where you want them to go. But it's their choice where they're going, okay? They may not want a newsletter, but they might want to follow you at Facebook. Or they might want to follow you at Instagram or Twitter or Goodreads or whatever, wherever you want them to go to follow you. But it's their choice. So that, I think, for me personally, has been the absolute best way to grow my subscriber list organically. What I do on my website is they get a free book when they sign up for my newsletter. It's usually a novella, not always a great big book. I kind of like to change it up every now and then. But they do get something for free, okay? They get a free ebook. That's what they get. And then the link takes them to BookFunnel, which we're going to talk about next week. The awesome stuff that you can do with BookFunnel. But anyway, you send them there and they just get to pick whatever platform they want. If they want a Kindle, if they want for iPad or Nook or Kobo or whatever, they can just pick, okay? So you don't want your readers to have to click 87 times in order to get where they want to go, because they're going to stop after the third one. They're going to be pissed and they're going to be done. I love Ionos, Diana. I really do. They did get rid of their newsletter, which is fine, which is absolutely fine. I don't really care. But I do love Flowdesk. I really, truly love. I can put the link in here. Okay, flowdesk.com. And to me, it's the most economical way of doing your newsletters, okay? In the beginning, we thought we had to have these beautiful newsletters with these awesome backgrounds and, links to our playlist and, links to all of our books and blah, 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 blah. No, you don't. You want a fast newsletter. Most people are not going to sit there and read 300 pages of a newsletter. Okay? Everything you want them to know needs to be in that first paragraph. Okay? No, your first book should not be free. No. Angie says, if we are a beginner, do you think your first book should be free, especially if you have books 2 and 3 ready to be released not long after publishing? Don't make that damn book free until all 3 books in that series have been published. You are worth more than free. You're worth more than 99 cents. Okay? And if you train your readers now to expect that when they get one of your books, they're going to pay $3.99, $4.99, $5.99 for it, whatever your price point is for your genre, you want them to know that. You want them to know that you are not a backyard sale author. Okay? You're not a basement bargain author. You are worth what you're charging. Your books are worth what you're charging. Okay? So don't make that book free until you have at least 3 books published in that series. Now, so if you're brand new and you don't have a book to offer for free, that's okay. Write a short story. It doesn't have to be a full-length book. You could do short stories, 5, 10, 15,000 words. Yeah. It's simple. It doesn't even have to have, well, it does. You need it. It can be totally nothing about the series that you're currently writing in. Okay? You could do that. But I strongly urge you to write a free story that shows, 1, it shows your talent, and 2, maybe it's a secondary character in your series who you really don't have time or don't have a real big book idea for. Just write that short story. Make it a novella, 20, 25,000 words. You could do that. Okay? What you're trying to do is get them interested in reading your other stuff. Okay? Oh, I don't do blogging anymore. I just don't have time. But it works for a lot of people. I have nothing against blogs. I personally just don't have the time because I don't know if you can see it, but I've been writing in Horribilis. I'm so excited. Oh, I love this book. God bless America. It is so good to be writing again and loving what I do. Thank you, Lexapro. That's all I gotta say. I'm able to think more clearly. I wake up and I'm not hurting. Somebody really needs to timestamp my videos for me in my lives because I still go all over the place. Oh, that's true. Diana says you kind of do because you do Instagram nearly every day. Even a small post is sort of like a vlog. That's true. I share a lot of videos on Instagram and I get paid for those because I have, I don't know, almost 10,000 followers. You want to kidnap that guy in the kilt on your Instagram and okay, I'll be good. The Tartan Viking. Oh my God. Is he not just... If y'all don't follow me on Instagram, you really need to. You need to. I'm just saying, you need to follow me on Instagram. It's just Susan Tisdale at Instagram. Or Instagram at, I don't know whatever it is. There's some nice things to say about being young, Diana. I'm being dirty-minded. I'm so sorry. I just realized my necklace is on backwards. Anyway. Or you can write 2 series at the same time while working full-time 45 minutes away from home and going back to school. Yeah, Mandy, you can do that. I recommend focusing. I really do. I'm so glad you're here tonight, Mandy. Shannon's not here tonight because her husband had to have some shoulder surgery today. So they just got home a little bit ago, and he's hurting. I mean, this was 4-hour surgery, right? So if you see Shannon on Facebook, or that's her big thing is Facebook, just let her know you were thinking of her and that you missed her tonight. She does make it even more fun. She likes to throw squirrels at me. Every now and then she'll write, "Ooh, shiny ball." It's like, stop it. Oh yeah, he's doing okay. I talked to her just right before I came live, and I told her, go take a nap, go get some rest. I can handle a live all by myself, maybe. We'll see. Y'all need to email her and tell her, Shannon, don't let Susan go it alone again. She it was cray. We need you. No, that's okay. We've got it. I'm testing different lighting filters and stuff, and it's really starting to bug me like crazy. Yeah, it's good. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, you don't. Oh, Mandy, I love you. I love you. I wasn't going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything unless you tell me to. Anyway, back to newsletters. What we want is to connect with our readers, okay? And a newsletter is a perfect way to do that. Doesn't matter what platform you use. You just want to connect on a more personal level with your readers. Now, I have sucked in the past on keeping up with my newsletters because, adult ADHD and all that. But I hired someone to help me with that, and she's doing a fabulous job. But I like to write to the reader on a more personal level. Okay? Just fill them in like, oh, we had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you had one too. Here's my favorite dish, or, anything silly like that. Ask a question in your newsletter. Ask a question. What's your favorite pie, and will you share the recipe with me? Just hit reply to this email and share your recipe with me. Now, there's several reasons why you want to do that, but the biggest reason you want to do that is so that, because most people use Google, okay, but you want your email client, your email, whether it's Gmail or Yahoo, do people even still use Yahoo? Whatever it is, okay? When you email back and forth, it quits going to spam. Yep. Oh, thank you, Bobby. Oh, thank you, Aurora Rose. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a very simple layout. My emails are always very simple. I try to connect, like this is my favorite time of year, or this is what I've been working on. Sometimes I'll put a picture in showing me in a hammock, on my deck or at my patio table, writing, and here's today's writing view. Or sometimes it's been pictures of my grandbabies. Just different things like that, all right, on a more personal level, okay? You want to connect with your readers. You want to endear them to you. And the best way you can do that is just by being real, okay? But not in a negative way. It needs to be positive, okay? Like if you love gardening, and you're like my sister-in-law, she has down in her basement, she's got this great big table, and that's where all her starter plants are. Take pictures of your starter plants for spring, okay? It's just simple things like that. If you've you got a dog or a cat or a pet lizard, share pictures of your pets with them. They love it. They love it. They love it. They love it. Okay? But whatever you do, just try to be real. Just try to be honest. And don't make it all about buy my book. Okay? That's the last thing you want to do is slam them over the head. So the first part of your newsletter is your hello. How's everybody doing? Did you have a nice Thanksgiving? Are you ready for Christmas? Are you ready for Easter? Are you ready for the 4th of July? Whatever. This is what I'm doing for insert holiday here. I love serving potato salad or macaroni salad, whatever. Here's my recipe. And when I'm not in the kitchen cooking, I'm wherever you write at, right? I'm in my office, or I'm, at the dining room table, whatever. working on my next book. And yes, share a paragraph or two of your next book with them. Run it by a proofreader really fast, though, to make sure there's no typos. I've made that mistake before. I run it. Everything except my text goes through my final proofer. Because, yeah. Because sometimes my mind is going 1,000 miles faster than my fingers can keep up with, right? Does anybody have any questions at this point? Did that answer your question, Diana, about what to put in your newsletter? And of course, you want to put a link to, like if you're running a sale on a book, those for authors who have, lots of books out. You can put a link. Okay, if you've just released your books into audio, don't do that until you have the money to pay for audio. Trust me on this. Oh, you can do that, Aurora. Yeah, that's simple. Little snippets, a paragraph or two. Hell, you can even do a whole chapter if you want to. I wouldn't recommend that, though, because then you're getting into the 43-page long. I'm so sorry. Hang on, I gotta answer this. Okay. What's it called when you do this with your fingers? Drumming them doesn't sound right, and yeah, it's drumming. This is a private chat I'm in, and I love these women, and sometimes they forget that I'm doing a live. Okay. How much does having an audiobook cost for 95,000 word count book, for example? Okay. First, let's answer Angie's question on how soon is too soon to share your book cover. Never, ever, 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 times infinity, share your book cover until you have the book up for pre-order. You want your readers to be excited about your book. But what if they don't have anywhere to go? It's like, oh, well, that's really pretty. I want to order it now. But you don't have a link for them to go pre-order. They get frustrated. And then you're sharing it everywhere, and no one has anywhere to go. No one has anything to do except look at your pretty cover. Okay? Does that make sense, Angie G? I never share my covers until I've got a link for the pre-order. You just don't want to do that. How much does having an audiobook cost? Okay. It's not done by word count, actually. It's done by finished hours. So let's say you have a book when it's completely done, edited, ready to go out into the universe. Let's say it's 6 hours long. You pay the narrator and the engineer or the producer, whatever, a per hour fee for the finished. If it took them 28 hours to record a 6-hour book, you don't pay them for the 20 some odd hours. You only pay them for the finished time, finished length of a book. I pay mine, Brad Wills, he gets $400 per finished hour. And he is worth every single flippin' penny. Oh, good, Angie. Thanks. Let's see. So, some books cost more than others. That's a story for another time. Diana says, so for design, I can share my new art projects and design projects? Yes. Or things I'm excited about. And for writing, I can share things about my writing, etc. Yes. If you've just finally got your first office set up, share a picture of that. Yep. You're welcome, Ashley. You're very welcome. Now, we all go through, everybody else goes through Audible. I go through Findaway. That is a whole episode unto itself. I don't want to get too much into audiobooks because we will talk about that at a later date. Nope, one newsletter, Diana. One newsletter. You have your introduction paragraph, that first sentence or two. Hello, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, whatever it is. Okay. I try to send mine out on Wednesdays. It's always a Wednesday. And I try to do it at least once a month, but I want to start doing twice a month. You do not want to do more than that. If you start sending email, newsletters out 2 or 3 times a week, that's going to piss people off. Okay? So what you want to do is when you have your newsletter opened up, you're creating your newsletter, you want that first, hello, so-and-so. I have mine set up to where it will insert the subscriber's name for me. I don't have to go in and add individually, 10,000, 15,000 subscribers' names. Thank you, sweet Jesus, because I wouldn't. It would just be, hey you, or hey beautiful, or whatever. So anyway, that you want those first 2 sentences to be honest and from the heart. I'm looking forward to next weekend because I'm going to blank with my husband. I'm going to Nashville. I'm going to Galena. I'm going to LA. Whatever. Okay? Write a few sentences about that. Wish them whatever holiday it is. I hope you have a nice 4th of July, blah, 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 blah. And then that last sentence, you can say something like, Mandy said I had one that sent me 2 a day. Ooh, yeah. No, don't do that. Yeah, if they come too often, you're not going to read them. But anyway, so then at the bottom, that last sentence or a couple of sentences can say, I just want to thank you so much for your support. Below, you're going to find a snippet from whatever book you're working on right now. Okay? And if you have a sale going on, put that in there. Or you can say, for ease of convenience, I have my website's ready and I have a, read and order page now, and you can put that link in there. If you want them to follow you at BookBub, that's a good one. Put that link in there. And again, ask them a question. Just ask them a question. You can do it something as simple as, I've been thinking about my most favorite book that I've ever read. And let's say it was Too Deep for Tears by Catherine Lynn Davis. Okay, I would put that in the newsletter and then ask the question, what is the one book that touched you deeply and one that you would reread again and again and again? Because you want them to reply back. Do you set it up like you would a blog post, or would you set it up in a specific layout, fancy or just simple? Well, Diana, I just use Flowdesk. I just use the template. How much do we talk about future books? Talk about them. You can say things like, I am so excited. I'm, have just, finished chapter 6 of, Henry Goes to Washington or whatever the title of your book is. Yes, you could talk about future books, but just don't make the entire email or the entire newsletter about future books. Okay? It's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I just do simple. Hi, Linda. That's okay, honey. You can rewind to watch later. I'm just glad you're here, honey. I don't believe in making them too fancy because you can literally make people's eyes cross. And they're like, oh my God, there's too much stuff on here. Yeah, you can add your first video or new videos on YouTube, etc. Exactly. It's that simple. And just don't spend a crap ton of money on your newsletter, okay? If you only have 300 subscribers, that's fine, okay? You go to Flowdesk or you go to MailerLite or MailChimp, wherever, okay? And they have free versions that will allow you to have up to X number of subscribers for free. And you can send out 1 or 2 emails a month, okay? Yeah, you need to know where your email, yeah. So what happens when you, with your, I'll back up a little bit. And excuse me for leaning back, but my back hurts. So on your website, we talked about, the embedded code that you will pull from your newsletter builder, like MailerLite, MailChimp, Flowdesk, whatever. what happens is people will enter their name and their email address on your website and click sign me up. Well, that pulls their information into whoever's hosting your website. MailerLite, MailChimp, Flowdesk, whoever. Okay? So you are not constantly, you don't have to do anything. It's automatic. You're not storing on your website first name, last name, email addresses. Okay? You don't have to do that work. That newsletter platform does it for you. And that is worth the money. But you don't want to spend a lot of money if you're just starting out. So, what other questions do you have at this time about newsletters? Just remember, hello, I love you. Thank you for being so supportive, blah, blah, blah. I'm ready for insert holiday or trip or whatever you're looking forward to, okay? Or if you've just discovered like the best chocolate chip cookie recipe you've ever used in your life, you could share that and ask them for their favorite cookie recipes. You want that back and forth, Yeah, free or almost free to start. It's that simple, okay? And for you who are newbies, who are just beginning, just remember, if it's free, it's for me. That's how I was. I didn't have a lot of money in the beginning to spend on this stuff. That's why I tell newbies, don't buy ISBNs yet. Wait until you've built up a readership. Put yourself into KU when you're brand spanking new. That's a great way to get devoted readers. But your newsletter list is really super duper important. Hello, that's funny, Linda. Yeah, don't give up on your newsletter list. I think last year I only sent 2 or 3 out the entire year. It was bad. But when you do your newsletter the right way, when you connect with your readers, they will love you for it. When you take interest in them, they are going to love you for it. Now, does that mean that when someone hits reply and sends you their recipe and then says, oh, by the way, they tell you their entire life story that you have to keep going back and forth? No, you don't have to do that. You can't let them suck all of your time. But you can reply with a thank you so much. I can't wait to make this recipe. Or I can't wait to watch this movie or listen to this band or whatever it is. You want to build a community. Exactly, Diana. Exactly. How do people find those first people for emails? Oh, how do we find those first people for email signups? Well, you get your website and you get your free newsletter platform going, and you just post your links on social media saying, oh my gosh, I feel so grown up now. I have a newsletter. Sign up and get a free book, or sign up and you will have my eternal love and devotion. Whatever you want to put. Okay, just share it on your social media platforms. That's all you got to do. And put it in the back of every single one of your books. And then it will grow naturally. It will grow organically. And I do think emails are important. I think your newsletters are important. But with the last couple of years, I've just been, with all the ADHD, the depression, all of that stuff, I haven't put the energy into it that I need to. So what I do is I write a little introduction for my newsletter. I send that to Amy, my assistant, and then she does the rest with my newsletter. She's the one that puts in all the links and the pictures and everything else. Is all of this making sense? Yeah, they can be overwhelming, especially when, you're overwhelmed with everything else. Yeah, I do that too. When I've updated my website, if I've given it a new look or a revamp, I ask people, hey, check this out. Tell me what you think. And remember, we're talking digital newsletters, not the old kind where you had to print them off and collate them and do the bulk mail and all that stuff. Oh, it'll probably be in the morning. I sprinted with Christina today and I ended up with over, 2,700 words, I think. Something like that. I almost doubled my targeted word count for the day. So, anyway, it was a great day for writing. Orabilis. Oh my God. Orabilis. I just love her. I just love her. I just love her. I do. Hang on a second. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Hang loose, peoples. Oh, Lord, I'm old. Okay. Okay. So first, two things. Um, I have what my husband calls my bag lady uniform. When I have that on, he knows I'm writing. Okay? First of all, it's always this particular blanket. It's all Celtic and everything. Draped over my legs. Where did the other stuff go? Usually a scarf. Oh, hang on again. Un momento, por favor. Okay. Yes, I'm wearing pants. They're my riding breeches, okay? Yes, I washed them. So, this is what my riding uniform looks like, okay? Any scarf, just a scarf. Usually like this. Then I have, this was my mother's shawl. Okay. She writes with me during the cooler months. I put that on. Because I get cold in here. Because it's too hot when I have the register vents open. I usually have woolen knitted finger gloves, writing gloves, but I lost one. I don't know where the hell it went. Okay, so these are somebody sent me these, but these are my writing gloves to keep my fingers warm, my hands warm. And then the piece de resistance, however you say that, is this stupid hat I knitted for myself a few years ago. So this is how I look most days when I'm writing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this could be over PJs. It could be over my writing breeches. Now, why do I have writing pants? Okay, they're too big. I have to roll, if I forgot to put on a belt, then I have to roll the hem over. But they're warm, but they're not tight. I don't have to unzip my breeches after having a mid-morning, cinnamon roll or cookie or whatever. And I just love these pants. These are my favorite jeans. I know. I have to work in our basement and I had to break out portable heater. I wrote my basement for a long time until my office was done. So, bag lady. Yeah, that's what Kevin calls me. You've got your bag lady uniform on. Are you writing? Yes, I'm writing. So anyway, yeah, uniform is important for the mindset. Now, I don't do that in the summertime, of course. That's my winter. When it's summer, it's usually a very loose-fitting sundress. I go out on the deck if it's not too hot, sit under the umbrella right outside, but I take my fans with me. I have big fans that I can take outside and aim on me. I know, it's weird. Yeah, so you can be fully focused. So that is why I probably will never right on YouTube. Now I'm warm. Sometimes he comes in and flips over the register vents. Don't do that. My office. Had all those clothes on and now I'm warm. Oh, Mandy, you're too funny. I think they just all call me the crazy blonde. The crazy blonde down the street. I think that's what they already call me. So, tag lady, no problem. Yes, it's couture. It's author couture. Anyway, I thought you all would get a kick out of that. Anyway, what other questions do you have about newsletters? Ooh. I haven't been hot in a while. If he turned up the heater, we lost our old crazy lady. Somebody has to take the spot. Oh my God. No, I'm not that crazy, Mandy. You stop that. My neighbor saw me for the first time in a year and he said, you need to get out more. And I'm like, it's overrated. It's true. Getting out more is overrated. Anyway, I hope tonight helped you all. Just remember that newsletters are important. Don't get caught up in newsletter giveaways, contests with 500 other authors. It never, ever, ever works as well as you think it's going to. Because the first time you send out an email, a newsletter, 80% of those people who signed up are going to hit unsubscribe. And that'll hurt your heart. So do what you can to avoid that. I'd be lying if I didn't say I have my own quirks, favorite jeans, favorite sweater. I'm going to put the scarves to use. Oh, I'm a dress lover too. You should make a list of topics for newsletters, compile it somewhere. Me? I don't have time for that. I've already given you pointers. Well, there's a different way of using BookFunnel, and we will talk about that in the upcoming weeks, Linda. There was something I learned today that I didn't know about BookFunnel. But I got to test it out first. I may just have Chastity come on and explain it, because she's the one that told me about it. I love BookFunnel. I do. I absolutely love BookFunnel. Because if there's any technical issues, they don't have to contact me. They contact BookFunnel. You put up EPUB for Kindle and EPUB for all the other platforms, whatever. Your cover, landing page, all of that. It is so easy. And then you just grab the link and you put it where you need it. So for your newsletter sign up, when they sign up for that newsletter, we're just going to say Flowdesk. Flowdesk will take their information and store it for you, and then they will send an email that looks like it's from you with that landing page. Here's your free book, and all they got to do is click on it, and then they decide what they want. Do they want it for Kindle? Do they want it for Apple, Kobo, Nook, whatever? Yeah, I pay because I have a lot. I actually pay, I think, $33 a month for BookFunnel, and I think it's worth every penny just because I do use it a lot. Probably not as much as I used to, but that's just because, the whole world went to hell in a handbasket the last couple of years. I love Canva. Canva, baby. That video that I did was hello, I'm Susan Tisdall, the storyteller, blah, blah, blah. My intro, I do all my videos in Canva, whether I'm using it for here or for Facebook or for Reels or for Instagram or for TikTok. I use Canva. BookBrush, I like to take my covers in there and make 3D graphics in BookBrush, and then download those, and then for me, it's just, I feel like I can do more in Canva. But BookBrush is the best place to create a 3D cover of your book. Whether it's a 3D version of an ebook, a tablet of some sort, or an e-reader, paperback, whatever. It is freaking awesome and I love it. Canva's a great way. Yeah, Canva is very good for social media graphics. Yeah, you can sign up now for BookFunnel. I think they have a free version, don't they, Linda? Yeah, Canva also has templates. So, and that's what's nice about these newsletter platforms is that they have templates that you can use. You can change them, like they'll have like placeholder pictures, almost like a picture frame, right? When you buy a picture frame from Target or whatever, and you've got that, fake smiling family in it, you just replace it with your own images. It's very, very simple. Okay, BookFunnel has a free version. I recommend you all go get the free version because you want it for later. Okay? Just trust me on this. You're going to want it for later. But the templates that Flowdesk offers are just very, very simple. I don't have to think too hard on it, right? And you can change things around. You can drag and drop. You can delete all of that. I just love Flowdesk because it's super easy to use. It's very inexpensive because I have like 15,000 people on my newsletter list. I think I pay $29 a month. There's something ridiculously silly cheap like that. Yes, I do. My you mean email provider like Gmail? No. Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail? No, I don't pay for that. But if you mean emails for newsletters, then yes. But there are free versions. Yes, I agree. Linda says Canva is also highly user intuitive and new user friendly. I agree 1000%. There's not a tremendous learning curve on that. Very user friendly. I know what you meant, Linda. Are there any other questions on newsletter platforms, building your newsletter? They really are simple. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. Just spend a few minutes. That's all it is. If you could squeeze in, 20, 30 minutes out of your entire week, every 2 weeks. Whoops. I hope that wasn't too loud. My microphone just knocked over. Oh, shoot. Hang on. Are we having an earthquake here in Illinois? Is that why stuff's falling over? Who knows? Yes, I do pay for mine, but there are free services out there, Angie. I pay for mine because I've got like almost, I think it's over 15,000 newsletter subscribers, but that's been built up since 2012, right? That's 10 years worth of list building. And it could probably be a hell of a lot more if I paid more attention to it. So those are one of my goals for this year, for the new year, for 2023, is to get better at being consistent with my newsletters. Okay? But all of the newsletter places that I know of, like MailerLite, MailChimp, I'm not so sure about MailChimp anymore because it's been a while since I've looked at that, but they do offer free versions. So you can have like up to 500 or 1,000. Each platform has its own rules. So you can have like 500 subscribers and you can send out. Here's where it gets tricky understanding. They will say you could send up to 500 emails per month in the free thing. That doesn't mean 500 different emails. That means emails to up to 500 people. Okay? My mind doesn't think like that. If you tell me I can send out 500 emails a month, I'm like, holy shit, that's a lot of emails. Now, what they're talking about is 500 emails, individual, one email to 500 people. Yes. Yes, newsletters are fun to do. Very basic. Yes, we are going to do that, Christina. We are going to have, I think, a live Zoom meeting where we talk about our goals for 2023. And I think that, yes, they will let you export your list, Bobby. I believe they do, even on the free versions. Okay. But I would like to have a Zoom meeting at the beginning of the year, like that first week of January, where we talk about our goals for 2023. Okay? If that's something you'd be interested in, just let me know. I'm going to figure out a way to work that out logistically. I don't know if daytime is better for you people or nighttime or, whatever. But I think that would be fun for all of us to just do a Zoom meeting where we talk about our goals for 2023. What do you all think? You want in on that? Cool. Oh, honey, I've got business Zoom. It's all good. I think I can have up to, oh my gosh, what is it, like 3,000 people on my Zoom? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, when we get together either Friday night or Wednesday night, I will have a sign-up sheet, a link for you guys. I'll probably just do something really simple like a Google Doc where you can give me, I would need your first name, last name, and email address so that when we go live for our Zoom meeting, I have the email addresses to send the link to you. Evening? Okay, sweet. We'll do it before January 17th, I promise, Mandy. I promise. But I just think it would be fun to do that. So start thinking about it. Get a notebook, get a rocket book, whatever it is, whatever you like to use, a journal, whatever. Get that ready and start writing out your goals. I don't care how big they are. If you say you want to sell 1 million books in 2023, that's by God what you write down. Okay? If you want to sell 500,000 books in 2023, that's a great goal. Okay, yeah, we'll probably do it that first week of January. Okay? And I don't know if we'll do an evening or on the weekend. Okay? A Saturday would probably be better, I think, for everybody, like a Saturday afternoon. I'm in the Central Time Zone. Yeah. But start thinking about your goals. Do you want to get better at your craft? Do you want to write better characters? Do you want to start building your newsletter? Do you want to start building up your BookBub presence? Even though you don't get a BookBub, you don't have to get a BookBub deal to use BookBub. That's something for another conversation at a later date. And BookBub is free. What's really cool is when you have a new release, anybody who follows you on BookBub for free sends out a notification telling everybody you have a new release. You don't need that BookBub deal. You don't have to have it. After 3? Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind, Mandy. I will. You're Mountain Time, so you're 3 hours behind me, Diana. It's 8:05 here. What time is it where you're at, Diana? Even though we're not going to work it all out tonight, I'm just really curious if you're 1 hour or 3 hours behind. I don't know. Yeah, I'll put in Bobby, remind me, please, to put in time zones on the sign-up sheet. 1 hour behind Central. Okay. All right. It's 7. Okay, sweet. Yeah, the deals are getting really, really ridiculous. Okay, so we will plan on discussing that next Wednesday night. I might have maybe Friday night. I don't think we have anything planned for Friday night. I get my hair cut tomorrow. Thank you, Lord. Oh, it's driving me nuts. It's like sticking out back here. And I hate it. Calendar Friday night, which would be the 2nd. There is a Friday night I won't be able to do in December. I won't be doing anything the 9th. That Friday night. And I'll have to ask my husband. He has a union dinner we go to in December. I'm going to have to get that date from him. There'll be a couple of Fridays in December where I won't be able to do anything because I have prior commitments. We've got family members having surgery. Just different stuff going on. That's awesome, Diana. I just can't grow my hair out. It gets to a certain length. I've tried it and I've had the pretty beach waves, but then it just, I can't do, I just can't. So, anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And I hope I gave you some good information on newsletters tonight and, list building and all that stuff. And as always, if you've got suggestions for, if you've got a suggestion for a show idea, just email me, Susan at SusanTisdale.com. That's all you got to do. Say, hey, Susan, I have this great idea. Yeah, I am used to short hair. But yeah, you can always reach out to me via email. Oh, congratulations, Angie. 30th wedding anniversary. Wow. That's awesome. I will do my best. It's going to be impossible to work around everybody's schedule, but I will do my best. I will do my best to get this the first week of January, right after New Year's. I think that's the best time to do it. Okay? Anyway, I'm going to run. I'm going to go write some more. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. Gosh, damn it. I'm such a hairhead. Can you stay, or is it getting too late for you guys? Is it? Is it getting too late? I'm not going to do a little light reading right now. Okay. Do you guys want to hear the prologue to Oribellis? I think we are meeting this Friday. So, does anybody want me to read you the prologue to Oribellis? Show of hands. If you don't want to hear it, we'll sign off. If you do, I'll read it. But I'm so happy. So happy. Bobby's read it. Okay, Linda. Linda says yes. Okay. This is the prologue to Oribellis, which is book 4 in my Daughters of Moira Dundaughter series. Okay. Hang a loose, people. I'm going to take a drink of water. Hang on. As a little girl, Oribellis McCullum's mother would lull her and her sisters to sleep with fairy tale stories. They always began the same way. Long, long ago, in a land far away, there lived a beautiful princess. The stories were all very similar, filled with princesses and princes, or gallant knights, kings and queens, young maidens in despair, dragons, banshees, will-o'-the-wisps, or evil witches, or bad men consumed with greed. The stories all ended the same as well. This is italicized. And they lived happily thereafter in love and peace, never to be bothered by the evil witch, king, or man again. Of course, as a wee little lass, Oribellis loved hearing those fanciful tales. She would often drift off to sleep with images of a knight coming to rescue her and her family from an angry, fire-breathing dragon, or a witch intent on throwing them into a cooking pot. Those fairy tales gave her much comfort, filling her young head with the idea that most men were brave and honorable and wanted only to protect those they loved, or those who were less fortunate than themselves. Oribellis's birth father had died before she was even born. Her only memories of the man were the ones her mother had shared with her. Of course, as she got older, she couldn't help but to think that mayhap, just mayhap, her mother might have embellished the facts of his bravery and honor just a wee bit. The only other men she'd known in her life were a handful of neighbors that she rarely saw. Couple that with only exaggerated tales of her father and all those romantic fairy tales, the poor child had no true idea what real men were like. So when her mother married one Delmar Wiggert, little Oribellis was more than just a wee disappointed in her mother's choice of a husband. He was a vile, revolting man without one single redeeming quality that the little girl could think of. Her thoughts on the disgusting weasel of a man were proven one winter's night when he tried to attack her older sister, Harriot. Oribellis, having been quite ill with the ague, I can never pronounce that word, with the flu, basically, and raging fevers, had no direct knowledge of what exactly happened that night. She only knew what she'd been told by her sisters weeks later. 'Twas then that Oribellis began to doubt all the things her mother had tried to tell her about the goodness of men. Oh, she believed in the witches, ogres, dragons, and evil men, but her faith that the good in men in fact existed began to wane. It waned even more when their neighbor began to hang around their little farm after Delmar's death. Far too much for her liking. There was just something about the man she didn't like. But when her mother met and married the man who would eventually adopt her and her 3 older sisters, Alexander McCollum, her faith in men began to be quickly restored. Truly, she liked him almost from the very first meeting. But as in all good fairy tales, peace is rarely everlasting. That proved true on 2 separate occasions in her life. In both instances, her faith in man, or more specifically in men, had been tested in most horrifying ways. The last attempt completely killed any previously held belief in fairy tales or in the goodness of men. She no longer believed in dashing knights or love or romance. Never again would she fall prey or victim to any man under any circumstance. Nay, she put all her faith in herself and her own abilities. Whilst her mother and 3 older sisters were still inclined to believe in love, romance, and forever happy thereafter, Oribellis preferred to take a more sensible approach to life. She didn't need a man. They simply weren't worth the headaches or the worry or the risk. Aye, she might admit on rare occasions that her married sisters seemed happy and perfectly content, that kind of so-called harmony was nothing she had ever or would ever strive for. Nay, Oribellis McCollum was perfectly content to live out the rest of her days as a single, unwed, free woman, and there wasn't a man on God's earth who could ever get her to change her mind. Oh, what'd you guys think? Thank you for staying and listening. I'm just so proud of it. I'm so proud of it. It's going to go places I've never gone before. It is just so much fun. There is so much humor in this book. So much sarcasm, so much back and forth between all my characters. I'm introducing new characters. Oh my God, wait till you meet the Ginger. This is the first time in many years, well, in the last 3 years, that I've actually been excited about a book. And then I lay there in bed. Usually I can fall asleep in, 20 minutes. But lately I just lay there and I think of more scenes. And hell, I've even got a future book that takes place 10 years after this one. And it's just friggin' hilarious. And I'm so in love. I am so in love. I am so in love. I am so in love. So anyway, thank you for listening to me. I'm just really happy. Did you say the Ginger? Yes, I said the Ginger. That's what they call him. The Ginger. That last sentence was like a challenge to the universe. Oh, it was, Diana. It was, says the Ginger. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to run. I'm going to let you all go. Oh my gosh, we've been on for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Yay. Anyway, everybody have a spectacular couple days. I will probably see you all Friday night. I will try to remember to get the Zoom doc up and ready for Friday. Anyway, I love you all. I think you're all awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Spread the word that we do this every Wednesday night. It's all about writing and publishing and everything. Just tell your friends and bring them along, okay? Anyway, love you all. Have a great rest of your week. See you Friday. Bye-bye, guys.